So welcome. Let's start up on our feet. And we're going to start actually with a simple march this morning. So notice that, of course, my goal is to be on opposite. And I'm going to let this march be really slow and let my chest and eyes turn with me. At the bottom, I feel both my knees bend and then I pop up. A little bend and pop up. Just think of all the parts of you moving in this. And then can you start to really focus in on your ankles? And when both those knees bend, my heels stay down and then one foot comes up. So I'm really feeling that articulation in my ankles, only squatting as low as I can with both heels staying down. 2 more. And last one. Come to center. Widen those legs out and just turn your toes into that turnout position here. Okay, so I want to make sure that I can let a knee bend. And as I go to that side, I'm just glancing over because I do want to see my very tip of my toe. And then I'm going to glide this way and again walk my toes out as needed so I can still see the tip of my toe. And then I feel pretty certain I'm in a good spot for my knees. So from here, feet stay flat. We're just going to shift our weight side to side. So my hope for you is that when you head to the side, you feel that inner thigh awareness, you get a little stretch there, but that those knees, right, aren't traveling past my toes. I should be able to peek over and be certain of that, because our knees aren't that fond of doing that. There's not a lot of benefit to us doing that. So as I'm going side to side, I want to really start taking it maybe another ½ inch. Another ½ inch. I'm just feeling my weight shift, length through my inner thighs. And then we're going to involve the arms. Take it nice and slow. As we lean one way, we take our, so notice my back arm is stretching way behind me. And then big arms, I go the other way. And big arms, look and reach. And big arms, look and reach. Big arms, look and reach. One more, big arms. We're going to just stay this way. Now I just want you to pick up the heel of the bent knee. Pick it up, put it down. Pick it up, put it down. Thinking again about that ankle, the calf. Start pumping some energy into that lower leg. Probably start to feel it in your quad too up here in the big gun. Last 3, 2, set the heel down. And then I'm going to backstroke my arms and just go into a nice extension without falling backwards, we hope. And then I'm going to windmill those arms forward. I'm going to bring my elbow to my knee and go for a big stretch this direction. Think of me pulling your hand, anchoring that heel. Okay, so let's find it from our trunk, shall we? To bring ourselves up. See, that turns into a lot of ab work. All right, we're going to head the other way. I'm going to stay here now, and I'm lifting the heel. Heel up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like I'm going into a little high-heeled shoe. You could always put a finger on something if you needed it for balance. Reach through those fingers. Good reach. And last one, heel up. Put it down. Straighten that leg and then backstroke your way into an extension. Ooh, it's hard. We're at a very narrow tightrope here. And then taking those arms forward, and I just stroke them around until my elbow lands on my thigh, and then I reach this way. Breathe. That's me telling myself, breathe, Andy. We're going to use our trunk. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Use your trunk. Walk your feet in underneath you. I go heel, toe, heel toe until I make it in. Good. Come to a pigeon-toed position. So I just turned my big toes toward one another. And now this is to open this up. And it causes a different stretch down the sides of the legs. So we'll go into our more traditional fold. It could be a hip hinge or a roll down, but we'll all stay in pigeon-toed. Take those arms up. And then you take yourself down either way, hinging or rolling down. I like to honestly do a little of each. Let those arms be wiggly and heavy. Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Take a breath in and bring yourself back up. The same, rounded or flat back. Inhale, arms up. Maybe do one more of the same or try the other. Big breath into our backside. Let's prime those back muscles. Inhale. Exhale. And take the spine all the way up. Bone by bone by bone by bone. Awesome. Roll those shoulders back. Now let's be aware it's shoulder blades. So think about the dance your shoulder blades are doing behind you that I can't see. Nor can you see mine, but it's very different than just my arm. And then can you add just a little rotation? You'll have to take it slow. Don't want you to get dizzy. Oh, I can just feel my spine loosening up. It didn't feel particularly tight, but I can just feel that sense like, oh, things are jostling nicely here. And then I'm going to just take my feet back to parallel. Great. Take one arm up and over. We're just going to complete. We've gone from the bottom to the top here, just getting things warming up. So my hand is just doing that gentle pull, enough just to give me a stretch over here. Now I want to turn my nutties into my armpit and just a gentle, right? Sometimes just laying the hand on it is all you need. Shake that long arm out. And then release the hand back. And then secondly, bring the head back to center. Take the other arm up and over. Just a little assist is all you need. Letting this arm be heavy. Let's turn our nose to the underarm. Again, just give a little assist. Let that arm be heavy, give it a little shake. Now release the arm. And then release the head back to neutral. Now I want us to keep our head like right here above the ribs between the shoulders, okay? So my chin kind of sits in the water. If I was in my swimming pool, right, the water's right on my chin, I'm gonna keep my chin right there. And if it helps you, if you're like, man, I'm not so good at doing that, you can do just this, what I'm doing with my hands. So if that's helpful, you can try it, but you don't have to. So our chin stays right here, but I'm going to ask that you take your eyes and look as high up as you possibly can without taking your chin off the water. And then bring them back to center. Now look as far to the right as you can. Bring them back to center. Look as far left as you can. Bring them back to center. Take it to the top one more time. Look up, 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 up. Stay there. I'm wondering if you even notice fatigue. Stay there. And then come back to center. Whoa. And let the arms come down if they're up. Nice job. Okay, I think from toes to eyeballs, we're ready to rock and roll, right? So lots of good prep here. All right, so go ahead and grab your two weights. And I'm just going to quickly, as you grab those, just kind of give you this visual to work with today. So if you can, for just a moment, think that my weight is right here in my hand. okay? And as we start going into these positions to really work core today, so our arms are gonna have the weights. Of course our arms are gonna get tired, but I want you to feel the integration that it comes from my powerhouse. That's what Joseph Pilates would call it, the powerhouse, and my arms are an extension. So I like to think of the band. So let's just say everyone take their weights at their sides. I'll keep the band for a minute. Soften your knees. I have a pretty wide stance, you can see, right? It's very athletic, like I could play right ball here. Okay, so knees stay soft. I want you just to take one and start lifting the weight up and down. And I want you to imagine that, yes, with your weight, you also had a band like me. And so it's not that the weight itself is out away from you, sort of just moving around in space. I want you to think about how your whole side interacts with that weight moving up and down. And all of you have worked with resistance bands in the past. So I think you're going to be able to find that vision and feel it quite easily. So keep that idea. Now move to the other side. So again, I'm going to just think I have the band and my weight. My knees are soft. My abs are definitely on, right? It's that feeling again that the arm can't independently move with the rest of your body just being jello. Now can we go for both? So as if I stood on the band with both feet and I pull the band up. Pull the band up. Pull the band up. I'm really asking my trunk to do as much of this work as possible. So in all honesty, my abs are kind of shaking right now. So if I think my abs are lifting my arms, or my abs are stretching that imaginary band. Last three, I hope you're getting a little piece of that too. And two. And one. Now take that band out in front of us. Bring the weights back to your thighs and back in front of us and to your thighs. So keep it smooth in both directions. Again, do I feel it in my shoulders? Yes. Do I feel it a lot in my abs? Yes. Let yourself feel those imaginary bands under your feet, and you're drawing them long and you're controlling them in. And you're drawing them long and controlling that in. One more, draw them long. Now stay here. There's tension on those bands. My abs are bouncy. We're gonna open and close. Open and close. This is real life training here. How many things do we do with weight in our hands away from our body? And we want our trunk, our core, to be there to help us. Well, pretty much everything. Laundry, dishes, pots, pans, potting soil, little children, right? Fill in all the blanks. Lots of things we do in our arms. Two more. Last one. Now take them all the way up and just put your weights together. You got this. Sink your knees a little bit more. Feel that sense that if I came and punched you friendly in the tummy, you could take it. Now just bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. The whole time I'm waiting, that's what Dexter does to me. He kind of comes around the corner and boop, pops me in the gut. Not hard, but just enough to see if my muscles are on. So I'm thinking anytime he's gonna come here, give me that little friendly tap, turn them on. 3, 2, and 1. Take them down. Hinge at your hips. Set them down. Unhinge from the hips. Shake your arms up. Nice work. I really would love to hear from you all as to, could you get the connection here? Now, if you need to drop weights, whatever you need to do, you can do that, right? So that you keep it here so your shoulders aren't just feeling like they're dominating. Okay, we've got more to go. So could you inhale your arms up for me? Oh my goodness, do they feel a little tired? Hinge. Grab your weights, please. Now I want you to keep your spine nice and long. So my hope is if I was here, my back would look like a table to all of you from top to bottom. I'm going to put the weights into my hands and soften my knees. And now I'm going to draw the weights out to the sides of the room and then back down. And what I want to still envision is that I have that TheraBand maybe glued to the floor, and as I pull my arms open, I'm pulling the band. Pulling my arms open, the band would get into a big V shape. Pulling it open. Tailbone is reaching behind us. Knees are soft. We pull the band, our shoulder blades draw together. 2 more. Draw them together. 1 more to go. Draw them together. Keep them out there. Soften your knees a bit more. Unhinge from your hips. And then unhinge from the knees. Take the arms down. You can't give me a thumbs up because you're holding on to your weights, but I hope you're having a good time. I'm sweating. Okay, last little bit of this series. Knees soft, arms out. I want your arms to seem like they're just on a shelf, right? If I put a shelf right here, my arms are gonna stay. And from this position, we're gonna draw in and out. So just right, feels nice and simple. A little in and out. Simple, but you might be feeling your shoulders, right? So I keep my arms on that shelf. I draw in and out. Now, I suspect that all of us could do probably 5 to 10 times more weight than what we're doing. And that's okay, because I know where we're headed, all right? This is just getting our biceps to feel like they're on, there they are, right? And they're on in both directions. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now just bend so we're at a 90 and touch your weights together. Okay, so it's little elbow taps. Tap, tap. Think about your shoulder blades. It's actually, I think, a nice stretch when they come together. It's a working stretch, but a stretch. Tap, 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 tap. Bring your elbows together or as close to it as possible. Move your weights apart. Move your weights apart. Move your weights apart. Hello? Are we still friends? 3, 2, 1. Slide them down. Very simple, little pushbacks. Little pushbacks. So just finding a different muscle group. Notice how I'm staying behind myself the whole time. So I don't want to swing up here. I want to stay from here and back. And I'm trying to keep those ribs in so that I'm not doing this, right? That's my spine. I want to keep my ribs above my hips, using my core to do so. And just let the pulse happen back. Push, 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 push. What if you thought of this as a chest opener, as if it had nothing to do with your arms? Just think my chest opens, opens, opens. Now you're gonna go slowly, because when you push back, you're gonna look one way, and then come to center. Push back, look the other way. Come to center, push back, and to push back. Remember this, because we're going to do this on our tummies soon. Lift up, push back, and lift, push back, and come back to center. So you can imagine if you were on your stomach, right? We would have our cheek to a side, and look, and come down, lower the cheek, look, come down, lower a cheek, right? All right, so let's make our way down onto the mat. We're going to work on our back sides a bit here. So let me take you all down, and if you're going to move me, move me. Well, this is just great priming work for me to work in the garden today, right? My arms are going to be so tired after a bunch of breaking. Okie dokie, here we go all. I'm going to take the weights and just put them beneath my hands. So however that works for you. If you're using free weights, you might even like having the larger part, the end of the weight under your hands, so you could turn your weights the other direction. Okay, so little pressure into the heel of the hand. So I gotta arrange where my body to the weights are. So as I'm pushing down, we're back to turning this on. It's our press back, except for there's nowhere to go, right? So the floor has stopped us. Okay, so I want you just to very gently start tipping that pelvis forward and away. So towards your chest and then away. And just whatever takes you there, right? If you want to do a little booty squeeze, you're arching your back, just enjoy the flow. Don't be particular about it. Just noticing my body can move all these ways. And then when I come pubic bone towards my ribs, I'm going to just push in the heels and lift my buns a little and away. Push into the heels, lift my buns a little, buns down and away. So I'm just adding a little lift at the top of my rock. Little lift, little lift, little lift. Last one. Lift and come to neutral. Now engage your low abs and think of drawing that pubic bone just a bit towards our ribs. So inside it feels like I'm doing this really intense imprint, but I haven't physically moved a whole lot to the naked eye. I just internally have connected in that way. Oh, okay, we got it. Pressing into the weights, keeping that deep sense of imprint happening while I'm still actually in a little neutral. I want you to just take one leg up and then let them switch and switch and switch. Now I'm trying to maintain that deep sense of that micro imprint as my legs move. And they can be wider, they can be narrower. Wherever your hips feel most free is where I'd like you to be with this one. And that's true all the time. Okay, do we see how we've got a single leg going? This is exactly how we started moving together. You're going to need to slow it down just to get your bearings. But when my right knee comes up, my left arm is going to lift the weight. And then they go down. So I want to lift opposites. If you find yourself getting on the same side, don't sweat it, just pause and flip the arm you're using. So find those opposites, and whatever speed that is the right speed for you. As long as you can keep your micro imprint going, which means your abs are up on. Last 3, 3, 2, 2. I guess you're stuck with my speed. 1 and 1. And bring the legs down. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Widen those knees. We already did a nice little inner thigh stretch. So I'm pushing the backs of my feet down. I'm pushing into my weights. And I'm just going to find that little rock and lift my butt again. And then rock down. Little rock and lift, rock to lower. Rock to lift, rock to lower. Bottoms of my feet are trying to push together like a PB&J. Whoa, that sounds kind of good. This is morning for those of us live, and I haven't had breakfast yet. Now a PB&J is making my tummy rumble. I don't even normally eat those, but there's something childlike and comforting about that idea of a PB&J. Last 2. Last one, tuck, stay up there now. Bottoms of my feet are pressing. Little lower, squeeze, lower, squeeze, lower, squeeze, squeeze. Now, even though, of course, right now it's like a pencils between our buns, can you not forget about the 2 pencils that are also underneath the very outer edges of our cheeks? It's like a little golf pencil out there. Find it. 4, 3, 2, stay up there. Find those lower ribs. Are they still touching? Did you go too high? And then set the spine down. Bring the knees back to center. Find a little space between your feet. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take both arms, reaching them back overhead, and we're going to stretch both legs. Getting as long as we possibly can. Can you reach through your heels? Stretch out those sides. Now I want you to walk your feet, both of them, over towards the right edge of your mat. And then I want you to walk your arms over to the right side of your mat and look to the right. And I'm going to keep my left fingers on the floor. I'm not going to let them lift. So here I am creating a C shape. Now I'm going to bring the arms back to center first, then walk the legs back to the middle and reach through both my heels. Now walk your legs to the left edge. Oh, keep reaching through your right heel. Now walk your arms over, looking left. Keep your right fingertips on the floor. Keep reaching through your right heel. And breathe. Feels lovely in my hips. And then walk your arms back first. Walk your legs back second and reach through fingertips and heels. I don't know about you, but I feel like a longer, more relaxed human in my midsection there now. Alrighty, arms are coming up over the chest. Draw the legs back in, and you're going to bring yourself to tabletop. In essence, I want you to think of us as crawling on the ceiling. Okay, so when we did our marching, we did the opposites. Plus, we just did that in tabletop. Now here it goes. I'm going to let one leg reach away and one arm. And then the opposite. And I'm imagining myself traveling. Where would this take me? Nowhere, right? You'd be doing single arm, single leg. You'd be staying in place. Now I want you to think of almost this idea, could I go forward? Notice how I get really tight. Could I go backward? Ooh, think that through. Reach, reach, reach. Ooh, could I go forward? Reach, reach, reach. Go backward. Reach, reach, reach. Everything up, everything out, and in. Now, crawling is hard enough when you're touching the floor. So I'd imagine that crawling on the ceiling might have been mentally pretty challenging. My heels are pushing together because I like that sensation. Try it out. See if it serves you well too. Last 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Reach and stay. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And bring those arms around. You can grab your legs. Little rock side to side. Okay, so either roll yourself to the side and press your way up, or take a leg and rock up if that's suitable for you. All right, one more pit stop before we get onto our stomachs. Just move that weight there. All right, so go ahead and bring your hands behind you and bring your legs to a bent position. Now, I'm noticing in my body that I might like to have the heels of my hands on my mat, but my fingers are off, as if I want more width. Okay, for you, if it's comfortable to have them real close behind you, then that's fine too. But make those adjustments. Don't feel like you're stuck in one spot. All right, so I'm widening my fingers, widening my legs, and it's going to start with just a little lift, lower, lift, lower. And right now I'm thinking about my chest. And I want my chest to stay open. Right? I don't want to just lift my pelvis and close my chest. Kind of feel where you need those arms to support you. Some of you are going to feel the backs of your legs talking. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right? Take your right arm up. I'm in a cue side so that I'm properly describing where we're going. So my right arm is up. I'm going to put this hand wherever I need it. Our first goal is take this arm up with our hips and back down. Up with our hips, back down. So imagine I'm pulling you up from your arm. And I look that other direction. Look to your left hand. And look. One more. And look. And down we go. Take your right hand behind you. Left arm is up. Okay, here we go. Left arm takes us. I look to the right. Reach. Reach. And reach. 2 more. Reach. And last one. Reach. And coming down. Extend your legs out. Come up. Give yourself a little shake. As needed. Right? Could be a lot on the wrist. Okay, so we're going to transition from being in that position to hands and knees. Here's how it goes. Hands are back behind us. Feet are underneath us, just the same. So what's going to happen? I'll move to you first. So you'll notice when I lift my butt up, all I'm going to do is take one foot and put it behind the other. And then look what happens. I can turn right onto my hands and knees. And as I turn, I bring my hand back, take the foot out, put my butt down. I'm going to describe it with sides, okay? So I'll make it so you turn toward me, I believe, for most of you. All right, hips up. Take your right foot, put it behind your left. Now take your left hand and you'll go up and over. And you'll turn, there you are, hands and knees. Awesome job. Now you're gonna put your right hand in the middle and you're gonna just turn, taking your left hand off, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Can you get your right foot back out? Hips down. Here we go again, don't worry. Hips up. Left foot goes behind the right. So we're gonna turn to our left. Take your right hand to bring yourself around. So here I am, hands and knees. Now just take your right hand out and turn. I keep my feet in the same spot. I just turn, 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 turn. Pull your left foot out. And square it off you go. And butt down. We're doing one more each way. Hips up. Right foot goes behind the left. Left hand goes up. Turn, 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 turn. Now turn back, bringing your left hand behind you. Scoop that right foot back out. Buns down. Buns up. Left foot goes behind the right. Right hand comes up and over. And there you are on your hands and knees. Lower your knees down. Good. Widen your knees, stretch into child's pose. When you start thinking about a movement like that, think about how all that can be so connected, right? We don't have to take a break from one position to the next. They just really do roll into each other. That'll get you warmed up too, by the way. All right, come to your hands and knees. And then here we're gonna go right into our crawling. So opposites, forward, forward, forward. Go as far as you'd like. Now it's opposites back. This one can be a little tricky for people. Opposites back, opposites back, back, back. Just travel as far as your space permits you to go. Opposites forward, 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 forward. Opposites back, 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 back. And then let's travel forward. We'll get ourselves in the middle. Woo! And finding center. Very good. Okay, so we're going to lift the heels of our hand, but keeping our fingers on the mat, right? So if I'm here, I'm just going to lift the heel down, down. I don't lift my fingers up. Heel of the hand down, heel of the hand down. Good, and I'm just taking a real can't quite see Bonnie's hands, but I feel like that's a lot of movement. So it's making me question whether or not you're lifting your finger. So try to keep it real. I do it like on a piece of paper, right? That I'm only lifting the heel of my hand. That's it. So it's not a lot of movement. Good. And then depending on how much pressure you want for the stretch, right? You lean your weight forward or back out of it. So you can kind of make it how much you need it to be. Awesome. Now, can you just find a happy medium with the amount of weight you have up there? Fingers are spread out nice and wide. Hands are up, spine is long. Whew, we are ready here. You're just gonna start shaking your tail feathers side to side, because I just want you to think of your pelvis as both having the ability to stabilize and to be very loose and playful. Because something that is just stable, only all the time on, isn't serving us, right? We need both. Can you look towards the tail feathers? Take it whatever speed you need, okay? I don't want you to get dizzy. And then come back to center. All right, now we're gonna ask that pelvis to be nice and steady. And we're gonna extend one leg behind us. And then the knee goes out to the side, and then I put it back down. The other leg will go behind us. The knee goes to the side, and the knee comes back down. So it's a circular pattern. We go back, out, and down. Back, out, and down. And you can smooth the edges. Smooth the edges. So now I'm moving the bone in the socket, but I'm asking my pelvis to sit stiff. We're gonna go back and stay, whatever leg you're on is fine, little pulses. Find it in your buttocks. The legs stay straight. No bending the knee to get your heel up there. Use your butt to get your heel up there. My abs are trying to draw in as best they can. Now we're going to transition to the knee out to the side and little pulses up. Up. Feel how the weight in your hands has shifted to try to keep you level. Your right hand is going to have way more weight if your right leg is out there. 3, 2, 1. Go back behind us. And now just reach your body back. Now you're going to go about this however your front knee needs to be, okay? So you can adjust as needed. So nice stretch back. If your right leg is behind you, would you walk your hands to the left? If your left leg is behind you, walk your hands to the right. And then walking your hands back to center. And we come back onto hands and knees. Take the other leg back behind you. Use the buttocks. Lift, lift, lift. You can try whether it's flexing or pointing. Maybe one feels more connected to your buttocks for you. So see what you think. But I know I don't want to bend my knee to get my heel up there. I just want to use my touch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it out to the side. Little lift, 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 lift. More pressure is in the same side hand. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back behind us. And then like I'm pulling that back leg and it sets you down. Wherever that's best for you. This could also just be a child's pose, okay? Now my left leg is behind, so I'm going to walk to my right. I'm just looking for a little bit of that C curve feeling again. Breathe. Hands come back to the middle. And forward we come. Awesome. Go really wide on your knees for me. And then just sit your butt back towards your heels. Now notice I didn't collapse right into child's pose. I'm actually going to push with my hands here and little rocks back. Little rock. So I'm just using the push off with my hands to rock into that pelvis. Oh, so rocking is so great for so many reasons. When I took my primal training, they talk about rock, roll, and crawl. That's like their jam. Everything kind of always comes back to that. And now go ahead, stretch your arms out further and let your forehead come down. Take a nice inhale, filling your backside. letting it go through the mouth. One more. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to lift my forehead up, bring my hips up, and let them come forward as we make our way down to our tummies. Okay? We'll probably all need a little rearranging here. So we're going to want to use I'm going to want you to use your weights, and then I'm going to turn just so I can see it a little bit better. Okay, so one weight in each hand. Here's where we were standing. Now, if we just put our forehead down, this is us standing. Okay? And when we were standing, I had you pulse your arms behind you. So I want you to start lifting your arms up. It's going to feel different. Gravity's playing a different role. Now take it slow enough that you can lift your chest and look one way. But now listen, when I go down, I'm going to look the other way. So I look the other way and lower. I stay looking this way as I lift. Then I'm going to turn my head all the way the other direction and lower. Stay on this side to lift and look first. Then turn sides and lower. Lift and look. Turn sides and lower. Good. Lift and look. Turn sides and lower. One more. Lift and look. Turn sides and lower. Now can you keep the ball in the hand that's closest to me, please? And just place your other hand underneath your forehead. So we're going to start by just lifting that one arm up and down and really looking to get that connection. It should just take about 4 to 6. That's how you feel the connection in the back of the upper arm. And then when you lift that arm, it goes first. Second, we push into the hand to lift away from that hand. And then third, we go back to the hand. Fourth, we lower the arm. So arm lifts, chest rises, chest lowers, arm lowers. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Set that weight there. Let's switch sides. Whoa, that arm's tired. All right, other arm. Lift the arm first. Press away. Wherever that brings you. This arm does not have to be straight. That's just where my body goes. And then down and down. Arm lifts. Chest lifts. Chest lowers. Arm lowers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Let those stay there. Go ahead and turn yourself all the way over onto your backside. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, as we come to our back, I'm gonna wipe my brow here. I got nice and sweaty there. Okay, so to wrap up here, we're gonna go legs wide. Arms are just down by the sides. And I'm gonna have you just take your tush and swish it side to side, like you have a little Swiffer on your tush and you're wiping off your mat. So you gotta push into the heels just enough to get your buttocks to lift and just little side to side. And then finding the middle and just set the spine down. Now let the legs rock side to side, like windshield wipers. And then finding center and just let the legs slide out to straight. Palms can open towards the sky. Legs are widened as it feels comfortable to you, or knees bent is always fine. Take a big breath in and just exhale fiercely out your mouth. Create some force there. One more. Feel your abs turn on there. And then just softening the breath. Take it into a much more natural place for you to breathe in, still maintaining the inhale through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. And I want us just to give ourselves permission to know that this right here for the next minute or so is the only place we need to be in this minute. We're going to let ourselves breathe and just take up this space for 1 minute. Let your body feel heavy. Content. Maybe you can feel a bit of that vibration. I want you to bring your legs in and crisscross one ankle over the other. And then bring your arms in and crisscross your forearms. And can you turn your palms inward? And just let your hands rest onto your chest. Give yourself a breath here. Take the legs, crisscross them the other way. I lift my arms up. I uncross and cross my forearms the other way. Bring my palms together and rest them into my chest. And breathe. Go ahead and take those legs back separate, lifting the arms away from the heart. Open those arms back wide. One more breath in and out. Check in and see if there's a word or a phrase that sits on your heart today. And when you're ready, bend one leg and let it push you over to roll on your side. And then you can push yourself up when you choose to. I hope everyone does or has enjoyed the weather that's brought to us today. It isn't sunny here at my house, but it certainly is warm. So get out, enjoy some fresh air. I'll see you guys soon.